Namaste, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to today's evening session for the Quality of the Week Compassion. We are in week 10, day 65. And today, again, we meet together to dive into our inspirational reading of the day before we wrap up our day with universal prayer as well. So, before we move ahead with that, just a gentle reminder if you have not yet shared your invitation with somebody for your master classes, if you feel that there is someone who would benefit from heartfulness practice, please do share master classes with them. And also invite somebody to be a buddy for Being Heartful Everyday program as well. You can send out this invitation to your friends and family as well. So, with that, let us move ahead with our today's inspirational reading, which we are continuing from yesterday from the user's guide, The Art of Removing and Creating Habits. So, yesterday we started reading about this topic, and where Daji touched about the concept of yamas and niyamas. So while we all are aware of these two terms, just a quick recap that where yamas and niyamas are coming from. The origin of these two words, we can connect back to the 8 limbs of yoga, of Ashtanga yoga, where the first two topics that we hear about are yama and niyama. So, as we were reading about these two qualities, these two points of focus for us as we go into our journey of self realization, we will continue reading it from the point of ethical intelligence. Ethical intelligence is not just about knowing what is right or wrong. Most of us know the difference deep down. It is about making wise choices in every moment of every day. It is about the things we think, feel, do, and don't do. It is in the implementation of ethics that we find character. And this covers all aspects of our behavior, both seen and unseen. The great UCLA basketball coach, John Wooden, once said, "The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching." Such a beautiful line for us to reflect on. I'll repeat it. The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching. Ethics and character also cover our duty and responsibility to ourselves and others. Known in yoga as dharma, we are social creatures. And if we are interested in being an active member of the human race, we need to ask ourselves, what sort of lifestyle is required to fulfill my responsibilities? For a start, we have a biological duty of care to look after our children. Like all adult mammals, and this is critical in humans, as children need many years of care. Yet today, we commonly see parents delegating that duty to professionals and teachers so that both can work full time. Parents and grandparents are often not the main carers of their children. I'm not judging that trend, simply witnessing it. And it is worth noting that we have reached a stage where even the fundamental biological responsibility of nurturing our own young is ignored as our ethical duty. What does that say about our society? We could ask ourselves about the ethics of leaving children in the care of strangers, teachers, and digital babysitters like television and mobile devices, day in and day out. Traditionally, we also have a responsibility to our extended family members, to our local communities, to society at large, and to our broader environment, the earth and its atmosphere. The concept of stewardship of the earth is valued in all religions, as well as non sectarian groups like the current climate change movement and Buckminster Fuller's operating manual of Spaceship Earth. These are just a few of the topics that fall under the heading of ethical intelligence, and they are just the tip of the iceberg. This series of articles is not intended to point fingers at anyone, whether individual or social, but to inspire us to pause and refer to our hearts on what habits we wish to create in our day to day living and then bring about the change. If you are to use the current time of uncertainty wisely, this will be a very valuable exercise that may help us to adapt for the future. So I'll repeat the suggestion and the activity that Daji has mentioned over here. If we are to use the current time of uncertainty wisely, this will be a very valuable exercise that may help us to adapt for the future. These are just a few of topics that fall under the heading of ethical intelligence. So, when we read of ethical intelligence, whenever we come across this word ethical, it's such a beautiful way of us really reflecting, sitting with ourselves, connecting to ourselves, and finding out what is ethics for me as an individual. While there are so many parameters under which Daji has shared with us in this article, that looking at it from the community perspective, our family members, our extended family members, the different roles in life that we play, may it be of a spouse, may it be of a parent, may it be of a child as well. We might grow up in age, but we still are children for our parents as well. So there are various roles that we play in our life, and probably it is time for us to reflect on this thing and see that where we fall in our ethical space and are we executing the right set of ethical intelligence. So we will pause here and we'll pick up our inspirational reading from this point onwards tomorrow. So now it is time for us to get ready for our universal prayer. At this point of time, I'll request all of us to get ready to dive into our deep self and prepare ourselves for our universal prayer. Universal prayer is it's a blessing that has been given to by our masters to all of us, when we can really go deep inside us and connect to all our beloved brothers and sisters as well. So at this moment, I'll request all of us to gently close our eyes. Take a minute to connect to your inner self and prepare ourselves for the prayer. Take a deep breath in. And once you feel you are connected within, gently bring the thought that all brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. And just let us stay with this thought for next few minutes and meditate on this subtle suggestion. अब अगले कुछ क्षणों के लिए हम अपना ध्यान इस बात पर केंद्रित करेंगे कि सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। If you feel you are ready to come out of your prayer, you can gently open your eyes. Thank you, everyone, for joining for today's evening session. A quick reminder for your bedtime prayer and reflection for the day before you close the day. We will see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Have a good night.